So this is definitely coming out of nowhere. Mortal Kombat is something that I have a lot of love for. Even now, MK9 is a fantastic video game with incredible mechanics, variety of game modes, and even after 12 years it still looks really good. But there is something that has always bothered me about these games. Their stories are fucking dumb, so we're gonna talk about it. Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders defines mental retardation as significantly sub-average intellectual functioning. What does that have to do with Mortal Kombat, you ask? Quite a lot, actually. We open with a battlefield where everyone is dead. This supposedly mirrors the intro to Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I'm saying supposedly because a lot of things don't line up. Big Bat Onaga flew away with Shao Kahn, yet here he is with Raiden. Raiden was trapped by the Chinook's scaly hands, yet here it is Kung Lao. Why would you make it so similar and so different at the same time? Why would you want to confuse people? Shao Kahn mocks Raiden by asking where the Elder Gods are. That is a great question and we will get to that later. This Raiden sends a vision to his past self to warn himself about the upcoming war. Past Raiden decides to ignore that because that's not a cause for concern for now. So, let's begin the tournament. So, why is the Mortal Kombat tournament a thing? So, Shao Kahn, the ruler of Outworld, wants to absorb Earthrealm. Okay. Earthrealm is like, no, we don't want that. Okay. Then I guess Shao Kahn went to the Elder Gods and was like, boo-hoo, I want Earthrealm. And then the Elder Gods went to Earthrealm and said, hey, we're gonna do this Mortal Kombat thing, and if he wins 10 times he will be allowed to absorb you. Okay, what? No. Why is this whole thing so unfair to Earthrealm? Why would they be fine with this or not care at all? Or not even be aware of why they are here? This concerns the whole world. You'd think they would know why they are here. So here's the question. Are invasions allowed? Yes. Can Earthrealm invade Outworld? Yes, they can, and Outworld keeps fucking with them, so why won't they? As presented, they are clearly superior every time they fight. Raiden states that if they lose this time, Shao Kahn will conquer all. So that kind of flies in the face of what I said a couple of seconds ago. Don't you worry, we will get to that. If he wins, does that mean you just have to stand there and watch? The game doesn't acknowledge any of this and just shows us that the tournament is the only thing that can save Earth. Sure. So here's the thing, the Mortal Kombat games are very gory, and surprisingly their stories are very tame. Barely anyone dies. Sometimes you are ordered to finish off your opponent, sometimes you are forbidden from killing your opponent, sometimes you can do whatever the fuck you want. Sometimes fights happen because of a personal argument and they are counted as official fights. Can you kill opponents then? No? Yes? It all makes so much sense. You know what else makes so much sense? The tournament is Outworld against Earthrealm. So why is there instances of two Earthrealm combatants fighting each other in the tournament? There is no structure to this. It just seems like, fights happen whenever they want, with whoever they want. You know what happens to a building when the fundamentals are broken? The same thing happens to your story. Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade are so fucking weird. Johnny, even after being spat on with acid and after being slashed in the face, still thinks that Reptile and Baraka are stunt guys? Did no one tell him what the fuck is happening here and why is he so retarded? Do you see Raiden's glowing eyes? Why are you like this? You yourself have the special shadow powers. Why are you surprised by these things? Sonya is also unaware of everything going on around her. Who gives a fuck about finding Kano? Earth will be destroyed. Another question comes up. How did they get here? Because it feels like they just spawned here and didn't think to ask what the fuck is happening. I like their personalities. Johnny Cage is fun and his way of picking up women is interesting, but none of this makes any fucking sense. Kano's also just here and he is also retarded.
Good idea. Yeah. Now that he's softened you up, it's my turn.
Not man enough for a fair fight?
This often happens in the story, they just want fights to happen. This is a staple of all these games. You slightly pushed me, let's fight. These excuses for these fights are fucking hilarious.
Man is dead. Soon you will join them.
My clan may walk the earth once more.
A challenge! Scorpion versus Cyrax and Sector.
As much as I love these games, every character being stupid and having roid rage is retarded. Why would you want these characters to be like this? Why would you want everyone to be stupid? So let's get back a bit. Why are the special forces allowed to be here? They are not a part of the tournament, so who the fuck allowed them to be here? They create more problems for Shang Tsung rather than being useful somehow. Johnny defeats Kano, saves Sonya, and she goes off to free Jax because he was captured by Shang Tsung. Why? They try really hard to keep Jax here, so that begs some questions as to why was he captured in the first place and why do they never try to recapture him later? There is plenty of opportunities for that. Now, Johnny Cage defeating Reptile, Baraka, Sonya and Kano? Sure. Now Sonya defeating Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kitana and Jade at the same time, and after that Kano? Sell this shit to me. How the fuck does this happen? This is a reoccurring issue throughout the entire franchise. Power levels are fucked and they continue to be fucked harder as we go on. Hey, do you see this healing ability that Raiden uses? He will never use this ability again. I am sure there won't be any situations where it might be useful. Raiden explains his vision of the future to the gang and we get back to the tournament, and here I want to ask another question. What about fairness? The tournament fights in chapter 1 were fairly balanced. Johnny Cage does have his shadow powers, so yeah, sure, fine. But Scorpion against Kung Lao? Please. Scorpion and Quan Chi against Liu Kang at the same time? How can Earthrealm defend itself when Outworld basically cheats all the time? The fucking host is serving the villain. Scorpion defeats Kung Lao and Nightwolf, but the only person he wants to kill is Sub-Zero. We go on to a hall where the fighters are gathered. Shouldn't they all be separated? I mean, most of these people want to kill each other. I guess not. Also, Scorpion, Cyrax and Sector are all serving Shang Tsung at this time, so what the fuck? Sure, later on Shang Tsung orders Cyrax's death. But Sector is still incredibly important to him, so why would Shang Tsung be so happy that Scorpion almost kills them? Raiden asked Scorpion to spare Sub-Zero because of his vision of the future, and he also promised Scorpion that he would ask the Elder Gods to return the Shirai Ryu to the realm of mortals if he did spare Sub-Zero. The Shirai Ryu, which are Scorpion's clan that were wiped out by the Lin Kuei. So, holy shit, what the fuck? You can do that? You can ask the gods to bring people back from the dead and they can agree and do that? I mean, I guess they are gods, but still, okay. Scorpion tries to spare Sub-Zero, but Quan Chi shows Scorpion why he is the way he is. Shouldn't he already know his own history? Sub-Zero tries to explain that he wasn't the one that killed Scorpion's family, but Scorpion just kills him. This couple of seconds in isolation are pretty good. It's a shame that it's housed in so much nonsense. So Shang Tsung betrayed Cyrax because Cyrax spoke to Raiden about something completely unrelated to Shang Tsung, yet Shang Tsung said it's because Cyrax jeopardized his plan by doing that, which is not true. After defeating Johnny Cage, Cyrax decides to spare his life and Sector decides to kill Cyrax. They argue for a bit and Cyrax fucks off. So Cyrax's whole conflict is regarding the cyber initiative of the Lin Kuei. Lin Kuei are the Sub-Zero people. The Lin Kuei wants to turn their whole clan into robots and eliminate the free will of every member. Why would anyone ever willingly participate in such bullshit? So, wait, the Lin Kuei are serving Shang Tsung and supposedly a lot of them know that? Are they all just fine with no free will and serving someone who doesn't give a shit about them and only wants an army for himself? I guess that's fine. Cyrax's behavior is so fucking strange. Instead of being horrified by this situation, he mopes around, which makes him look like an asshole. Dude, losing free will is a serious thing. Maybe you should be helping your friends. Okay, let's try another angle. What if only the high-up members are aware of this whole shebang? Are Cyrax, Smoke and the other Sub-Zero really the only ones opposing the cyber initiative? I mean, apparently the Lin Kuei has thousands of members and they are all losing free will. I can't imagine giving that up willingly and fucking over hundreds or thousands of my fellow clan members and friends. Such great characters.
Combatants, I present this latest creation of Shao Kahn. He is many warriors, their souls fused into one being. Behold, Ermac!
Okay, how is this fair? Liu Kang is the last Earthrealm warrior to get to the stage of the tournament. Okay, how and why? Unfortunately, I can only assume that if you lose once, you are out of the tournament, even if you are spared. All Earthrealm competitors besides Liu Kang lost already, so hey, thumbs up! I'm glad to say that NetherRealm is consistent with that. So let's look at the why. Why is there only 4 Earthrealm competitors? Johnny Cage, Kung Lao, Nightwolf and Liu Kang are the only ones, while Outward has Reptile, Baraka, Cyrax, Sector, Ermac, Scorpion, Quan Chi and Goro. This goes back to the point of fairness. How is Earthrealm supposed to win when they are completely fucked? Where are those elder gods that supposedly made the rules and are supposed to ensure that the rules are not constantly subverted? Earthrealm only wins the tournament due to bullshit power levels that the writers don't care about because they only want to get to the beats they want by any means necessary. Kitana wants to kill Liu Kang to ensure Outworld's victory. Would that just be allowed? Well, I guess Liu Kang is dead, so it's absorbent time? Your whole fucking story is based around the tournament. The rules need to be clear, consistent and enforced so that we are not confused all the time about what is and isn't allowed. Future Raiden, right before he died, sent a vision to past Raiden saying he must win.
He must win.
Listen, if you're going to send a message to your past self, make sure to be absolutely clear because your past self probably won't know what the fuck you're talking about, as is the case here. Kitana is defeated by Liu Kang and she just does a 180 and is sorry. You've been an Outworld assassin for most of your life and you just change like that? Now we get the last 2 tournament fights. Liu Kang versus Scorpion and Quan Chi, fuck off. There is no way he wins this. Liu Kang versus Goro. Listen, Hyper Armor can fuck right off. Hyper Armor is never fun, especially when we do so much less damage to the opponent and he does so much more. Listen, if a developer on your team even suggests Hyper Armor, kill him.
Liu Kang, it has been years since an Earthrealm warrior has progressed this far.
The tournament is happening every 500 years, so why does he say it like that? Oh, cause the writers don't know what is happening? The game contradicts itself and the fucking wiki makes it even worse. The wiki states that the tournament happens every generation, so that's like every 15 to 20 years? Now, sure, the fact that the wiki contradicts the game isn't a fault of the game, but it's funny how one sentence made me look up the rules and that the rules state: the defending and opposing realms fighters cannot attack each other until the tournament begins, and any violation of the aforementioned rules before, during, or after the tournament is considered an act of treason against the realms and the elder gods themselves, and will be dealt with accordingly and swiftly. Are you sure about that? Winning the tournament didn't stop Raiden's amulet from cracking, which means that we are still not safe. Shao Kahn is mad that he has to wait another 500 years for another tournament because he can't break the rules that were set up by the Elder Gods. No, you were breaking the rules constantly while the tournament was happening and they didn't give a shit, and you will continue to break them. Shang Tsung suggests changing the rules, which Shao Kahn agrees to. They want to change it so that they only need one tournament, and if Earthrealm wins, Shao Kahn will no longer have the possibility to absorb it. If you have a headache already, it's about to get worse. I tried looking up what absorbing another realm does exactly. I thought that they would just become like a single quote-unquote planet instead of two, and Shao Kahn would then rule over them, but it turns out no one actually knows. Some people say that absorbing another realm destroys it, which begs the question as to why do it in the first place unless you're Dr. Evil? What would Shao Kahn stand to gain with that? I've also seen someone saying that each realm possesses a part of a godlike being, and if you merged all of the realms you would get its power, which doesn't seem to be what Shao Kahn actually wants. He is solely focused on Earth for some reason. Also, no one actually knows why. This script is really shit. I mean, the fact that I have to look up answers to my questions is already a failure, but the fact that no one knows the answers is fucking embarrassing. These are basic things in your story and no one knows what the fuck is happening. Shang Tsung offers the new tournament, Raiden declines, Earthrealm gets invaded, and Sonya gets kidnapped. So, because they got invaded, Raiden accepts the new tournament. Why? Shouldn't there be a rule against forcing another realm to participate in Mortal Kombat? Again, it seems to be completely unfair to Earthrealm, and the Elder Gods continue to not give a fuck. Our intrepid heroes go to Outworld to save Sonya, and the new tournament begins. Jax defeats Baraka and we're done for now? Again, the structure of the tournament is completely arbitrary. Wouldn't it be more fair to have an Earthrealm equivalent of Shang Tsung? Why does Outworld get to say what fights happen when and Earthrealm just has to go along with it? Jax beats the shit out of Johnny Cage because...
So what's the deal with you and Sonya anyway? She's smoking hot.
It's not like that. I'm her CO.
Honey like that under my command? Oh,
You'll want to stop talking now.
But if it's not like that, then you won't mind if I...
That's it! Time somebody shut you the hell up!
Both of you are here to find and help your friend. This isn't the time and place for this. I've already said that this shit happens constantly in these games, but I'm struggling to find the reason why. Is it the weird 4 fights per chapter thing? If you don't know already, then let me enlighten you about something. In every single one of these games that I've played, the story is divided into chapters. In every chapter, you play as a different character 4 times. Why? If you didn't have this strange rule, you wouldn't have to force these fights to happen and the story would make way more sense. Look, right after Jax beats Johnny, Raiden tells him to restrain himself. They were fighting for like 3 minutes, you couldn't have done that earlier? Jade appears, and instead of the 3 of them ganging up on her, Jax has to fight her alone? The opponents can do that, but we can't. Sonya is saved, and miraculously her tech works in Outworld, even though Jax's tech was fucked. She picks up 2 coordinates where something is happening. No, that's literally it. My level of annoyance kept rising as the story kept progressing. The writers just want specific things to happen and they don't put any effort or thought into making sure that those events are connected properly. Fuck off. We meet Smoke and the second Sub-Zero. This Sub-Zero is the brother of the former one. He says that assuming the former Sub-Zero's identity is the best way to honor him? I don't see how that follows, but sure. We hear the Lin Kuei's motto. Be stealthful as the night and deadly as the dawn. Stealthful as the night? Sure, and deadly as the dawn could mean that your enemy feels the safest when the night has passed, and that could be the perfect time to strike. I tried looking up if maybe they have an answer as to what exactly the Lin Kuei mean, but ugh. Smoke finds Kano and Shang Tsung playing with RPGs. He defeats Kano, sure, and then he defeats Shang Tsung, who appears as Sub-Zero and Reptile at the same time. I don't believe you. Sector appears, now changed into a cyborg. He gets defeated by Smoke, but other Lin Kuei cyborgs appear and start turning Smoke into one. Thankfully, at this moment, Raiden and Johnny Cage show up. Instead of helping immediately, Raiden only helps Smoke when he gets another vision of the future. Oh, and by the way, do you see this ability that Raiden is using? He will never use this ability again. I am sure it will never come in handy. Also, holy shit, the convenience. If Sonya got saved a couple of seconds later, Smoke would be a cyborg right now. Also, what the fuck did her tech pick up exactly? You know what? It's fine. It makes so much sense. We pick up with the new Sub-Zero, who is approached by a cyborg and he immediately recognizes that it's Cyrax. How he does that is beyond me, but putting that aside, this could have been really cool if someone gave a fuck. Cyrax gets beaten, fucks off, and Jax and Sonya are here. They followed the dot that Sonya saw earlier. What the hell is that tech picking up? They tell Sub-Zero about the first Sub-Zero and oh no, this is Ermac's resting place and this fucking cutscene. That's cool and all, but why the fuck did Sub-Zero and Sonya do nothing while that was happening? The good old they weren't on screen so they didn't exist, eh? Sub-Zero defeats Ermac, tells Sonya where there is a portal to Earthrealm and goes on to the Colosseum. We see Kitana fighting a random dude that's there to be killed off by Shao Kahn. You see this ability that he just used? It will never be used again. I am sure it will never come in handy. Sub-Zero demands to fight Scorpion, but we have to fight Reptile for now because of that 4 fights per chapter thing. But finally, we get something great! Scorpion versus Sub-Zero in a Colosseum. I love it. If only everything surrounding this moment could have even come close.
What is this? You are not Sub-Zero.
I am his family and clan. I fight for his honor.
He had no honor, and you will die as he did!
Round 1, fight!
Seconds after the fight, retardation ensues.
No, you...
It's been changed. I spared Smoke this fate, only to watch this new Sub-Zero fall.
No, I will not be turned!
Fuck off. I hope I don't have to explain why Raiden in this scene is a retarded piece of shit, but Smoke? This is your friend, do something! Instead of doing something here, you and Johnny Cage attack Kitana and she kicks your ass somehow. In the chapter before, she was defeated by Smoke alone, and now she defeats both Smoke and Johnny at the same time. Those pesky power levels keep getting in the way of your story making sense. She beats them and Raiden tells her something incredibly shocking. Did you know that Shao Kahn might be bad? She is told to go find something in the flesh pits, which is a place where things happen, so she can figure out which side of the conflict she should be on. I know that these are some incredible descriptions, but that's all the game gives you. On her way there, she is stopped by Jade, who was ordered to stop her, and again you have huge potential to flesh this out. As presented, all this boils down to is, I like you, but I have orders. Oh no, that was kinda mean.
She looks like me.
No, it turns out Shang Tsung is the one behind cloning Kitana. First of all, Mileena looks nothing like her, so what the fuck? Second, why? Shao Kahn just really wants a daughter that wants to murder people instead of this bitch? The wiki states that the Emperor feared that one day Kitana would discover her true parentage and turn against him. I mean, he literally tells her about her true parentage.
You approve? How could you? My own father!
I am your emperor! Your father was a weakling Adinian king. I annihilated him while merging his realm with Outworld, and took his queen as my wife. If only I had not allowed Sindel to convince me of your worth.
How is it that a game's wiki contradicts the material? Kitana is imprisoned and Jade goes to help her. I just want to say that Baraka is so fucking lame in all of these games. He is only used if someone needs an additional fight because we need 4 fights. Shiva immediately assumes that Jade is here to free Kitana. I mean, she's correct, but still odd. After defeating Shiva, Jade doesn't have the time to free Kitana, so she is going to seek the help of Earthrealm's people, but she stumbles onto Mileena. I know I'm just describing what happens, but there's almost nothing to talk about in this chapter. Fortunately, we get this fucking gem.
I must find Raiden.
He is here.
Kitana turns away from Shao Kahn, so you attack her rather than join her?
This is not
Smoke, stop! That is not Kitana.
You will come no closer.
How is this a thing? Why is this a thing?
She looks like me.
This can't be a thing when they look like this. You could have tried to make them look at least slightly similar, but as it is now, it's insane that anyone confuses them. Liu Kang is mad at Raiden because it's Raiden's fault that his pussy is captured. Why is it Raiden's fault, you might ask? Well, Raiden persuaded Kitana that her stepdaddy might be bad and she then rebelled against him, so she is captured now. It makes total sense for Liu Kang to be angry and totally doesn't make him look like a moron. Kung Lao and Liu Kang go to save Kitana and other contestants will fight in the tournament in their stead. I mean, wouldn't they all fight regardless? Ah, fuck it. Turns out Kitana was moved to the tournament grounds, making this side mission pointless. Also, Raiden is at the Colosseum and he can teleport. He could have teleported Kung Lao and Liu Kang as soon as he saw Kitana. And then Johnny Cage and Smoke would have been fine. Why is Raiden so shit?
No Earthrealm boy can stop this deadly alliance.
I love it. Okay. I don't know, most of the things in this game look cool and this is just ugh. Kung Lao defeats Kintaro and Shao Kahn sneaks up behind him and snaps his neck. How is this not a huge breach of the rules? I guess we've already established that no one really gives a fuck about the rules, so hey, they are consistent with that. Liu Kang fights Shao Kahn and this fight is fucking shit. Another character with hyper armor, fuck off. But finally Shao Kahn dies and Earthrealm is saved.
Because I restrain my...
Emperor!
You live!
Now hold the fuck up. In this very cutscene, Quan Chi suggests invading Earthrealm, but Shao Kahn cannot enter it because of Sindel, who was his ex. Quan Chi says the Elder Gods' rules are fiction. Apparently the Elder Gods cannot enforce the rules they create? But earlier Shao Kahn said that he can't break the rules. Sindel created some safeguard to prevent Shao Kahn from entering Earthrealm because the Elder Gods' rules are fiction? What? The rules that are simultaneously fiction and cannot be broken? Also, the Elder Gods can enforce the rules because of what we see later, so what the fuck? Did they just decide to not do that and then randomly start? To lift Sindel's safeguard against Shao Kahn, Quan Chi resurrects Sindel while also mind controlling her so that she likes Shao Kahn now? How is Quan Chi not the ruler of everything with this ability? Why would anyone trust him? Oh, fuck it.
$15, $16, $17, $18. Cabal, call it in.
Base, Eagle 2, we count 18. 1-8 bogey, southbound on Olympic. Roger that. Eagle 2, out.
This is not happening.
Not what I was thinking when I swore to protect and serve.
What is that?
I'm thinking shoot first, ask questions later.
Fine with me. Pistols! Enough of this! It's you and me, freak show!
Striker. Just why? Look at this amazing roster and then Striker. How can he defeat anyone? Well, let me introduce you to the amazing power of Gun. This amazing power allows Striker to defeat Reptile, Melina, Kentaro and Ermac.
Combatants, I present this latest creation of Shao Kahn. He is many warriors, their souls fused into one being. Behold, Ermac!
Sure. Striker's body, Cabal, is useless throughout the first two fights. Kentaro burns him and then Kano restores him with the help of Shang Tsung. Turns out Cabal was working with Kano some time ago. Apparently Shang Tsung's magic was able to heal most of Cabal but not his lungs? That's a bit odd, but hey, they actually justify something for once? Cabal fights with Kano because Cabal's burns are Kano's fault somehow. After his defeat, Kano leads Cabal to Shao Kahn because Cabal wants to escape Outworld. There, Cabal defeats Noob Saibot and Melina at once. Before they can close the portal, Cabal comes back to Earthrealm where he encounters Cyber Sub-Zero. Cabal's behavior throughout his chapter is strange. He is horrified by his condition for like 5 seconds and then he just starts making jokes. Did Mortal Kombat predict Phase 4? He learns about the existence of other realms and encounters these strange creatures and one of them burns him alive, but yeah, no, he's cool. Wasted potential again. Ugh. Raiden and Smoke meet Cabal and they decide to help Cyber Sub-Zero. They hack him? And now they are able to bring his characteristics back? Why would this even be a possibility? What the fuck? Why would this be a thing that you can turn on and off? This should be fundamental from the start. It's really funny imagining the programmer that had to write the code for this. Slaving protocols. Autonomous command engaged. Fuck off. This shouldn't be a possibility. Higher brain function restored. Okay, fuck off. Did they think no one would read this? Fuck it. Sub-Zero is back and he's going to be Earthrealm's spy in Outworld. For like 10 seconds. After defeating Sector, Sub-Zero goes to save a military unit in some clock tower. Sure. I got a bug this chapter that wouldn't allow me to use the X-ray, and in the same chapter we fight Kintaro and Goro at once. They both have hyper armor, they both have a higher damage output, and they can use the X-ray. Fun! At least it didn't take me long to find an exploit. I didn't talk about the tag team fights because they ain't the topic for this video. I just wanted to say fuck you and thank you for not doing that in the next installments. Ermac shows up and is defeated again. Why do you create characters only for them to be beaten constantly? Reptile, Ermac, Noob, Baraka, they don't do anything besides being beaten constantly. Quan Chi is making a soul nado that will absorb all of Earthrealm's souls into Shao Kahn? Why didn't you start with this? Sub-Zero tries to stop it but is stopped by Noob Saibot, who previously was the Sub-Zero that Scorpion killed. I don't know if it's Quan Chi's magic or mind control, but Noob Saibot really hates his brother for some reason. Even if it was mind control, Noob has all of his memories, so Sub-Zero defeats Noob and the Soul Nado starts.
Go! Your soul is not safe!
Man, Sub-Zero doesn't even oppose. This must be one hell of a Nado. If what Raiden said is true.
Raiden, what is it? What did you see?
One of Shao Kahn's Soulnados, on a scale I thought unimaginable. All of Earthrealm's souls imprisoned, absorbed by Shao Kahn, multiplying his power.
Then shouldn't you all be helping stop Quan Chi? This seems quite important, but no, Nightwolf just stops it by kicking Noob Saibot into it? Yep, that stops the Soul Nado somehow. Raiden and Liu Kang go to speak with the Elder Gods, but meanwhile the good guys HQ is attacked by the Lin Kuei. Everything's fine until Sindel appears. Cabal is dead, Striker is dead, Jax is dead, Smoke is dead, Jade is dead, Kitana is dead, and Nightwolf is dead. Cool, so what's the issue? Well, it takes Raiden like a minute to talk with the Elder Gods, and the Lin Kuei's attack is significantly longer, so Raiden and Liu Kang should have been here even before Cyrax was defeated. In good faith, I can assume that the Elder God place operates with time differently. Or I can assume the usual thing, which is that they weren't on screen so they didn't exist. Raiden could have just said that time works differently in the Elder Gods' place and it would have been fine. The Elder Gods tell Raiden that they can't do anything because Shao Kahn didn't break the rules of Mortal Kombat. Are you sure about that? This is such a strange scenario. The good guys keep getting fucked over due to bullshit, but they also keep winning due to bullshit. Raiden wants to ally himself with Quan Chi to defeat Shao Kahn. Quan Chi has been fucking you over throughout the entire game, why would he ever agree? Quan Chi reveals that Shao Kahn has been supplying him with freshly baked souls and Raiden has to fight his now dead friends. Cool concept. Too bad it can be undone by kicking someone in the balls, but that's a thing for another video that will probably come out in a decade. Also, fuck this section. You have to defeat 3 opponents with 1 health bar. Granted, you need to defeat each of them once, but still, this is basically 3 rounds. And you have to do it twice. Great! Still, this isn't the worst offender. Also, why is Sub-Zero's soul his cyborg self? Shouldn't it be his regular self? Raiden realizes that if Shao Kahn starts merging the realms without winning in Mortal Kombat, the Elder Gods would punish him. I don't know why would he think that after everything that has happened, but sure. Liu Kang thinks that Raiden is insane. They fight and Raiden accidentally seriously injures Liu Kang. Remember that healing ability? I think it would come in handy now. But no, Liu Kang dies and now the Elder Gods decide to strike against Shao Kahn.
Violate our will, Shao Kahn. You merge realms without victory in Mortal Kombat. Our penalty is clear.
Fuck Shao Kahn. This is one of the cheapest fights in gaming. Hyper armor again, he deals more damage, you deal less damage, he has unblockable attacks, it's cheap and blatantly unfair. Fuck off. So all Raiden had to do to make the Elder God's attack work was to punch Shao Kahn in the face really hard? Okay. Raiden and pals will tend to the fallen and then help rebuild Earthrealm, but it turns out there was a mastermind behind the scenes. Quan Chi and Shinnok wanted Shao Kahn to die so that they can rule over Earthrealm and Outworld, but this is a story for another time. Time travel. When you introduce time travel, you are dealing with dangerous forces, such as Raiden's visions, for example. This means that Raidens from all timelines are retarded. If Raiden has the ability to send his past self a vision of the future, then he can never lose. Even though he has this incredible ability, he is still extremely stupid. Let's assume, in extremely good faith, that only this one Raiden at the beginning has this ability. He must win. Prophecy is very flawed. Even if future Raiden said Shao Kahn must win, it would still be stupid. If Shao Kahn won the first tournament, then Earth would be fucked, and if he won the second tournament, Earth would be fucked. He must win only applies in the specific situation at the end of the game, which only happened because Raiden kept getting glimpses of the future and he kept fucking with time. What a fucking joke of a script. I love the game, but man, playing the story was way more infuriating than I remember. So how can we make some things better? First things first, the basics. The tournament is fucked and it needs to not be that. We should know the rules or at least be able to infer them. As it stands, the tournament fights happen randomly, sometimes with people who are on the same team, sometimes because someone just wants to fight and most of the fights are seemingly skipped. I mean, it's like half an hour from the beginning of the game to Liu Kang being the only Earthrealm warrior in the tournament. You could have shown some fights and that would already be immensely helpful. Right now, this moment is so fucking jarring.
Liu Kang! You are the sole Earthrealm warrior to progress to this final stage of the tournament.
Speaking of the rules, the topic of the Elder Gods comes up. They need to enforce them. If there is no one to enforce the rules, then what the fuck is the point? They also can't ignore the fact that someone has broken them. Some characters are at the same time afraid of them and also ignore the rules because they are
toothless. Your world is near destruction, yet they do not act.
These two realities can't coexist. You could have introduced Slipknot and his head would be exploded by an Elder God. I mean, this is WB. Simplify this shit. While the tournament is happening, you also have the start of the Cyber Initiative plotline, Johnny's and Sonya's romance, Sub-Zero's and Scorpion's conflict, Jax's kidnapping and torture which gets forgotten about like 5 seconds after the fact. All of these plotlines are shallow and pointless. You don't need to have these running at once, especially if you don't spend the time on fleshing out any of them. Each chapter takes about 20 minutes. Within each chapter there are 4 fights with 2 exceptions in the game. The 2 exceptions to this rule make sense. One is when Kung Lao gets killed and we play as Liu Kang for one fight against Shao Kahn. The other one is when Raiden fights Shao Kahn at the end. Why can't making sense be the rule? Why do we need these retarded reasons for these retarded fights? I don't understand why they do this to this day. If you don't have these nonsensical limitations, you could spare the time on exploring all of these different plotlines. This is a video game, you can spend as much time as you need. Eliminating the limitations could also help you with your power level problem. Characters that are significantly weaker beating characters that are so much stronger. It takes you out of the story. It would be like Rey defeating Luke. That could never happen. Stop forcing fights to happen and allow them to happen naturally. Most of these people hate each other. Thinking of a valid reason to fight isn't hard. To add to the power levels criticism, don't show us abilities that characters will only use once and never again. Raiden's healing, Raiden saving someone from cyborgs, Shao Kahn amulet kills, stop it! They had many opportunities to use those abilities again and they don't because I don't know. Let's go back a bit for a moment.
Liu Kang! You are the sole Earthrealm warrior to progress to this final stage of the tournament.
Why is Shang Tsung saying that? Do the characters also not know what the fuck is happening? The dialogue in this game is just ugh. Redrafting wouldn't kill you. Good dialogue makes you like characters quickly, and with the shit that all of these people spout, none of them even approach likable. Most of these people look cool and that's it. Hey, here's hoping that they get better with each installment and mistakes of the past are not repeated.